A rare disease, by definition, is a condition that affects 1 in 2,000 people. But I can tell you that there are 400 million people suffering from rare diseases in the world right now. And you might be wondering why this number is so large. It is actually because there are 7,000 different rare diseases which can have severe impact on a patient's health. So to put this into a better context, actually a single doctor in the UK will see, on average, less than 1 patient per year. So it actually takes 8 to 10 years for a patient to be diagnosed. Most of the patients are misdiagnosed, and at the worst case, they are never diagnosed at all. So I am Maria Papademetriou, and for the last 6 weeks, I have been working with IQVIA. I have been working with IQVIA to develop a model that the doctors will use to accelerate diagnosis of rare diseases. Now, IQVIA is in a leading position to be able to have a very good, accurate model because of its unique healthcare data set. They have a data set of 250 million people, which this essentially translates to covering 85% of the disease in the United States. So for the project, I specifically looked at one rare disease, exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. This disease affects 1 in 15,000 people, and there were 16,000 people, 16,000 known cases in our data set. So I have used 2 different feature engineering methods, and I have used XGBoost model to predict the diagnosis of EPI, exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. So method 1 is based on a feature reduction. So you have many features. They are reduced to 6, and then you train the model with these 6 features. Method 2 is relied on feature creation, which essentially means you have a window time frame. You scan that window along the patient's history, and this will give you will be put actually into the XGBoost model, and they will give you the predictive results of the XGBoost model. So let me actually take you through what it means. So here in the blue line, you can see the medical history of a patient. We have data starting from 2018 all the way back to 2010. So the study actually consists of 2 cohorts. One cohort is the diagnosed patients, and then the other cohort are the healthy patients. So let's just start by looking at the diagnosed patients. So a patient goes to the doctor, it gets diagnosed. In this case, it got diagnosed in 2016. And then prior to the diagnosis dates, it had some treatments related to the disease. This could be medical diagnosis, it could be medical procedures, and it could be several drugs that the patient was prescribed to. Identically, this can happen also for a healthy person. So the method 1, the feature reduction, actually works like this. So it's forcing essentially a diagnosis date on the healthy person. It has a window that is looking at all the events collectively grouped into the 6 features. So essentially, you're losing localization of each event that is happening within your less than 6 years window. And you're losing valuable information that are happening in the healthy person after 2016. So the second approach essentially is a sliding window. You're sliding this time window into the patient's history. It's a more dynamic approach. You get rid of the virtual diagnosis date that is forced somehow to the healthy person, and you have localized information of these events, and you actually have information of what is happening after 2016, valuable information for the healthy person. So let me just show you what the XGBoost model predicted when we trained it. So in an ideal case scenario, you will expect to minimize the false positives and maximize the true positives. So essentially, you're minimizing the predicted incorrectly and maximizing those that are predicted correctly. And this is showing an ideal curve. This is showing what a poor performance of the model, and it's indicating a completely random model. So let's see the results that we got with method 1 and method 2. So this is the green line. It indicates that the results that we got with feature reduction, which is the method 1, and these are the results that we got with the feature creation with method 2. So feature creation, not so good, probably because our data was sparse. So obviously, the feature reduction method is creating better results. And actually, when the model is run in a bigger data set, in the 250 million data set, actually, we managed to identify extra 80,000 cases. So essentially, we have a model which helps the doctors manage and identify conditions of tens of thousands of patients much faster than it has ever been done before.